Hey there guys, this is Robinhood and today I am bringing you the third and final match of round 1, at least the battle I took part in for the Lusitani Legio 2v2 tournament, and that is just within our clan. But this is the third match in a best 2 out of 3. The first match was won by our opponents Schinken and Bruno. The second one, obviously, since we are now on the third match, Centurion and I managed to pull off a win. And so that means that we are going to be fighting this third battle. The winner of this battle will be moving on to the next round. Now, as with last time, I am playing as the Oda, and I have a very similar army because it did work for me the time before, and I found that it also effectively countered Bruno's playstyle. But I changed it up a little bit. I've got a light cavalry there and a Yari cavalry, and to make that 2 light cavalry. Then once again I believe I have 5 of these long Yari Ashigaru upgraded to 4 chevrons, and then instead of bows I brought a matchlock samurai and 2 Oda matchlock Yari Ashigaru. And then of course I've got my hitting power once again, the Nodachi samurai. Now Centurion here brought a very interesting army this time. He brought all of these Waka Raiders, which the Mori have. They're all upgraded 5 times, and he went ahead and had them deployed farther up since they can deploy anywhere, although it would have been risky to deploy them any closer to the enemy. So he's got 4 of them there, 1 over here capturing this farmhouse. For cavalry, he's got 3 upgraded Yari cavalry, and then it looks like in total 3 Yari Ashigaru and a matchlock samurai unit. Now quickly, we noticed once again that Schinken here was going to play as the Takeda like the first battle, going back to that since it worked for him the first time. And the thing with these guys, you have to watch out for this cavalry, and there it is, all the fire cavalry. That really wrecked us in that first battle, along with the fact that I charged right into Bruno's guns, but the cavalry we could not handle at all. So we knew immediately, especially when we saw Bruno's army here with these 4 light cavalry, he dropped the Dunderbuss cavalry. We knew that the cavalry engagement in this battle was going to play a major factor in winning it. So you can see I'm already sending over a light cavalry, and soon I'll be bringing over the rest of my cavalry. We're going to have an interesting engagement over here. But you saw the Takeda cavalry there, you've seen these 4 light cav. Otherwise they've got a matchlock samurai, 2 of them, 2 Yari samurai, Nodachi, 2 of them, and a Yari Ashigaru. And his general, of course. And Bruno has pretty much the same army as the other 2 battles, this time just with a slight difference in faction. He's playing as the Ikuiki, and he has a bow monk, which as of right now I am actually going to let shoot me. I'm going to fall back just a little bit. There you can see, moving into loose formation. And then he has a matchlock warrior monk, and yeah, he has 2 of those. So he substituted 1 of the matchlock units for a bow unit to fire over this hill some. And then he's got Naginata warrior monks to back up, and Yari Ashigaru behind each of these units. So he's switched to a more monk-based army, obviously, playing as the Ikuiki. These units, a lot less Yari Ashigaru, 1 less matchlock. So he's changed it up a little. No longer any Dunderbuss cavalry, just those 4 light cav. And you can see once again this hill separating us, otherwise this battle would have escalated by now. Generally, when I play this map in a public match-made game, it's a rush to the hill and then you get on the hill. In these battles, you kind of use it to hide from your opponent, and I don't want to crest the hill because even though I've got more matchlocks, once I crest, he will be getting the first shot. So I'm going to go ahead and explain our plan. One, you can see I've brought over my Yari cavalry and the slight cavalry over here. What we're going to do is we're going to try to win the cavalry fight. You can see Yari Ashigaru backing up there, but this Yari samurai unit is coming over to help support the Takeda, so Bruno and Schinken over there. He's going to bring over all this light cavalry. We noticed of the 2 armies, it looks like due to all that elite cavalry, the Takedas here, their main infantry body is weaker. So Centurion here obviously has a rush army. What he's going to do, he's going to meet shield, he's going to run in, try to hit that. I, meanwhile, have my Nodachis backing him up. So we're going to do a heavy rush on this right flank. I'm going to put it in slow motion for a second as that starts going up over there. We're going to do... Let's make sure that's not happening. Yeah. We're going to do a heavy rush on this side and try to wipe out the Takeda army. Meanwhile, all of my long Yari Ashigaru are going to stay over here to hold Bruno in place, and then once we've started breaking that flank, they're going to go forward, and whether they die or not doesn't matter. They just have to be able to tie this army down so that we can sweep the flank, and these long Yari Ashigaru do have great holding power with that. So that is the plan, and that's hopefully what we're going to try to do. I've got some light cavalry over here, which I'll end up running around that way. Now we'll go ahead and hit play. First thing I want you to notice, this Yari Samurai is going to start running forward. They're going to try to open the engagement with that. Centurion's going to counter with these Yari Ashigaru. I'm moving my cavalry more over this way to try to sweep around like that, and I'm bringing over a Nodachi Samurai. These guys are actually surprisingly going to play a big role in this cavalry fight, but we'll go ahead and put things back to real time. You can see, in a sense, doing a little bit of skirmishing with the cavalry. Yeah, that's not really the word for it, but, you know, just backing off, trying to stay out of the engagement until we are ready and in a position we think we can win it. But here comes this light cavalry, and it's all going to start running around. And when it's obvious that these Yari Samurai, they've popped their speed ability, so they're sprinting forward now, I'm going to go ahead and target them with my Nodachi Samurai. And these guys are going to come in and, in a sense, kind of wrap around the flank behind them. The only problem is I am going to get smacked by cavalry here. Here comes that light cav. Thank God it was only a light cav and not one of the fire cavalry, or else this unit would have been decimated. But here comes my light cavalry and my Yari cav. I'm getting off the charge with this light cav, so we're going to be able to rout that unit, and my Yari cavalry is just going to be able to straight out win against a light cavalry unit. And here you can see these Yari Ashigaru are starting to rout. There's some cavalry fighting going on over here. Centurion's going to pull out a unit to make sure that he doesn't get charged in the back. And there, my swords have now gone into bonsai just to make sure this unit routs these Yari Ashigaru. Somehow going to hang in there, and we're going to rout these Yari Samurai. You can look at this huge jumble of cavalry, of which I pulled out my Yari cavalry to smack into the back side of this, and we're going to rout a unit there. And some of Centurion's Yari cavalry is holding in here too. My light cav somehow still alive, and I'm chasing with my Yari cavalry this unit of fire cav, trying to make sure they do damage. So this is a really just kind of hectic mess over here. This Yari cavalry is going to win against this fire cav, especially with those spears coming in. My light cavalry there withdrawing, and you can see we're still chasing just a little bit. I'm trying to rout this one unit, and I can't remember if I got it or not. My Nodachis here, they were doing a good job. Here they're engaged with the cavalry a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and start having them fall back because out there all alone they can just get run around and surrounded. And so now I've just got my light cavalry left. Centurion's got a tiny bit of cavalry there, and his spears left, and my light cav was about to get charged. He thought better of it for some reason. He probably could have taken them out, but now I'm going to chase after that unit. And way back here, I did run my light cavalry all the way around behind like that, and I have hit the general of Schinken here, so this guy now has 13 troops left, a little bit easier to kill, although now my light cavalry unit is going to go ahead and be routed here in a second. Can't remember if we end up routing this other cavalry unit. But here comes the fire cavalry and the other light cav, so that's going to be the end of my guys. Just trying to do as much damage as we can before we rout. And these spears backing up a little bit. So at this point, we've won the cavalry engagement. I've got a sword unit way out here, although depleted, and we've got some troops moving around. We don't have to worry about that cavalry behind us. The biggest thing for us was if we got engaged and that cavalry got behind us. So we wanted to make sure it was gone before we engaged. And you can see here, Centurion's moving over to the right a little bit, and now he's starting to move in. And you can see my Nodachi's following the same path, just a little bit staggered behind, so we're kind of coming in waves. Except for this Nodachi unit, which is going to go ahead and charge in. This guy's going to withdraw his matchlocks and start trying to line up to fight us here. Yariashigaru's going to spear wall. Got my light cav back there, baiting this fire cavalry back towards the spears. And there comes my light cav now. We're going to go after that unit. And you can see all of these Walker Raiders going to crash into these lines. And at this point, we pretty much effectively have the Takeda wrapped up here. My Nodachi just routed this Yariashigaru unit. Here comes my other Nodachis to back up. And now on this front, I'm moving forward my matchlocks. You can see they're firing a volley there. And here comes my long Yariashigaru. And these guys, I believe I just put into spear wall. Yep, right in front of these Yariashigaru, and my long Yariashigaru are going to win in a spear wall easily against these guys, just due to that extra length there. And over here, same situation, although I'm going to pull one of the units out and try to run around and hit these other bows and stuff. Got my Matchlock Samurai there. Got those guys there, those Matchlocks. You can see my spears coming in here, and here comes now that the Walker Raiders have done their charge. It's my Nodachi Samurai's turn, and they are going ahead and charging in there. I've still got a little bit of light cavalry in the back, which I'm going to run around and hit these matchlocks with in a second. And this is the unit that was fighting in that cavalry fight there. Still going. 42 men left in it. Now, for some reason, actually, now I see it's because of a war cry. My Nodachis were about to rout, so I'm going to go ahead and pop their bonsai just to make sure, because you guys know how the morale system is in this game. Even though they did have 80 troops left, they very easily could have routed, so that bonsai is going to keep them in the fight and also just help them decimate the unit they were fighting. And at this point, here comes another spear wall here, moving in to attack these Yariashigaru. And I'm going to lose almost no one in this engagement. You can see these guys getting just cut down. So that's going to go in our favor. This long Yariashigaru unit killing off the bows. These guys now crashing into these matchlocks. Our Nodachis are pouring over. This monk unit's going to hold for a second. But overall, we crushed the Takeda front, and my long Yariashigaru were actually able to effectively, pretty much by themselves, beat up this flank. And now, with the rest of this crashing in, that's going to be it. So, that battle was a lot less close than the last battle, and that ended up just working out perfectly for us. So, Centurion and I have moved on to the next round. Once again, I'd like to say very good game to Bruno and Schinken. Very well played. You guys definitely had us worried after that first battle, since we did get beaten pretty badly there. But in the end, that's that. Hope to see you guys on the battlefield again sometime. And good game to Centurion. Thanks for being my ally once again. And eventually here I will have the next round for you all to see. Here you can just see this last monk unit fighting it out. Look at this guy. Surround. Oh, nope, never mind. Yep, they're just getting cut down now. And the general actually fighting in there too. But I think that's it. Yep, Iko general. And that's that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. We'll take a look at the statistics screen. So go ahead and end the battle. And that was on the Alpine Ridge map. You guys saw it at the beginning. And if you watched the other two battles, which are linked below if you didn't see them, they're worth checking out. And the next maps, I've never played on them. I actually have to go ahead and download them. They are custom-made maps by someone. I don't know who. It wasn't someone in the clan, but yeah, that'll be a little bit different. It'll be something new from the normal stock maps that are within the game built in. And there's the stats. You can see Centurion, he actually did not lose that many troops. Both of us killing just about 100 more exactly, almost, for both of us. Just a little over 100 more for each of us. Then we lost, so in terms of numbers that way, it was close. Both of us deployed more than our opponents, though. And you can see I killed 1269, lost 1162. Centurion killed 792, lost 683, and there's our opponent's stats. Schinken killing 728, losing 917, and Bruno killing 1,103 and losing 1,152. Unit stats wise, my long Yari Ashigaru are going to be up top. Telling you, once those guys get in the spear wall, they absolutely decimate. And then the Nodachis and all that good stuff. For Schinken, it's going to be his Nodachi Samurai and Yari Samurai. For Centurion, obviously the Wako Raiders, one of his cavalry units doing very well too. And for Bruno, look at that. That unit of Naginata warrior monks did excellent. I believe that was the last unit standing as well. His bows did incredible too. That mainly was due to the fact that at the beginning of the battle, that whole time that cavalry engagement was going on, I was just sitting there letting him shoot my army because I had a throwaway matchlock Ashigaru unit up front, and I was just letting him shoot then, hoping one, he would run out of ammo, and it really wasn't all that much of a problem. But that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed the battle. If you did, please leave a rating on this video. Subscribe for more if you haven't, and thank you for watching. I will see you all next time with more.